Hi and good afternoon from Epcot. So I'm at Epcot today to do a traditional video. Every single Flower and Garden Festival I do a topiary tour around Epcot. So what used to be Future World, but is now World Celebration, World Nature, and World Discovery. I'm going to be walking around seeing the various topiaries around the front entrance of Epcot and then heading into the World Showcase and just seeing all the topiaries there, see if there's any that are new, that are returning, or that have changed a little bit. So immediately upon entering into Epcot is one of my favorite topiaries of all, this massive Goofy. This particular Goofy topiary has been all around Epcot in multiple locations, but his just absolute massive size has always been incredibly overwhelming. This year he's holding a cake with the little 50th emblem up there for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. Every year I always try to estimate how tall this Goofy actually is, and I presume that it's probably around 12 feet tall, at least 10 feet tall, maybe up to 15 feet tall. I have no idea. So I started the video over there, and there's an identical topiary over here that was right behind me. This is a butterfly topiary right over here amongst all of the beautiful flowers, and that's pretty much it for just the entrance into Epcot. Just the massive Goofy and then the two butterflies and then some flower topiaries right over there. So I think I'm going to head over to World Discovery first and then end in World Nature and then do the World Showcase in between, just so I can do one cohesive loop around Epcot. But first, I want to stop somewhere very new. And that location, of course, is going to be Connections right over here, because I have not yet gotten to experience Connections, and I came here with a full appetite, and I am not going to have some festival food today. I don't have an incredible amount of time today, so I'm going to grab a quick lunch and then continue on my topiary tour, but I just wanted to experience Connections for the first time today. It's pretty easy to get the names of Connections and Creations mixed up accidentally. So this is the new Starbucks location, it looks like, and then the quick service is over here. Okay, so this entire side looks to be Starbucks, and I guess Connections is around the corner. Over here, the quick service. Okay, so I came around the corner, and this is where you would order or pick up a mobile order for the Connections eatery. I guess the other side is the Connections cafe. Okay, so I have my burger right now, and now I just need to find a place to sit. There's a beautiful mural on the wall over here. This is awesome. Wow. This wraps around to Starbucks over on the other side of Connections. This is incredible. I think I'm going to find a spot over by the window over here, overlooking the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. Right now they're playing the Tapestry of Nations, which I'm a big fan of currently. So this is what I got. This is the French Bistro Burger. This is a gourmet beef blend, caramelized onions, bacon, brie mushrooms, Dijon mayonnaise, and a toasted brioche bun with some fries on the side. And then I'm overlooking the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind right there, which currently has a stage set up for the opening day, for the opening ceremony, probably for like a media event. Alright, so I just came out of the Connections eatery. I was just sitting right inside that window, pretty much right there. It is so interesting to see what they did with this entire building. That was really cool, and I can't wait to come back with Brendan to try something maybe potentially new, or go to Starbucks. And then right over here is Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, and I do have that stage set up for an opening ceremony at some point. It does open at the very end of May, so we are getting very close. There's the Creation Shop and Club Cool there, and this is another entrance to the Connections eatery and the Connections cafe as well. And then there's Joffrey's, and then of course Cosmic Rewind. And in years past there were some topiaries over here, but they're not this year. Right now I'm over by Mission Space. There are a few different areas to get over to Cosmic Rewind, because it's in the back of the park, because you can't go that way anymore. They did close that up because Connections opened over here. I'm still waiting on the future of whatever the Play Pavilion is going to be. That's going to be pretty interesting. But there's a topiary right over there. Let's find some topiaries around Epcot. Buzz Lightyear's been here in front of Mission Space for quite a long time, so this is not a new location for him whatsoever, but it is very thematic. Just standing here right in front of Mission Space, it's pretty cool. There are no topiaries over by Test Track. That might have been the only topiary over in World Discovery. That would be pretty interesting. Yeah, so there are no more topiaries over here in World Discovery, just the playground over here and some food booths. Here's the flower bed right here with the 50th anniversary emblem on it, and I am heading right over here into the World Showcase. These are going to be some of the more iconic Flower and Garden topiaries here heading into the World Showcase. So there's Mickey and Minnie with some flowers and a water pail. Then there's Huey, Dewey, Louie, Donald, and Daisy here with some more flower topiaries back here. I feel like this flower bed planter and then the one at the front of the park are the most interchangeable ones. I know that Goofy's been here, he's at the front of the park. Mickey and Minnie have been down here before, they've been at the front of the park, so a lot of the main topiaries are always consistently different every year. There's some more butterfly topiaries over here in the Blossoms of Fragrance area. Okay, so this is the entrance into the World Showcase right here, and there's Sorcerer Mickey right there, and then the ostriches, and the hippo, and the alligator from Fantasia with the brooms right here. Then there's some flower topiaries pretty much on both sides. Over here they have had some topiaries like in these flower beds, but right now they have the golden statues there. Alright, and I'm officially into the World Showcase right now with my first topiaries being right over here. These are of course heading into Mexico. There's Panchito, Donald, and Jose, the three caballeros from the Grand Fiesta Tour. Right there, just the stars of Mexico Pavilion, essentially. That should be it for Mexico, with my next stop being in Norway, which has a couple different topiaries. So these topiaries have seemingly switched places with what used to be right over here on and Elsa are now on the other side of the Norway Pavilion, and then over here is a troll. This fellow has been here for a long time. I think he's one of the oldest topiaries, and he's probably been updated a little bit and improved, but he's over here by the summer house. And then of course on the other side of the Norway Pavilion, like I said, are Anna and Elsa, and this is always where that troll has gone. And here they are over here, presumably because Frozen Ever After is right over there. But there they are, Anna and Elsa, in a new location. The troll's also been in years past right over here, and this general location where all of this greenery is. It is really fun to just see where they end up and where they've been before, all of these topiaries. Like the China topiaries have in years past been right here in this general location outside of the Nine Dragons restaurant, but now they're way over here. These are infamously some of my absolute favorite topiaries at the festival consistently. One in particular every year, and it's right over there. And here they are, my little Panda Topiaries. All three of them. And especially this one right here, just laying on his back. I love him so much. How do topiaries just bring me so much joy in life? Okay, I'm heading into the African Outpost. In years past, they've put the Lion King characters over here, but they've since moved those. They would have Timon and Pumbaa in this general area, and then way over there would be Rafiki and Simba and Sarabi and Mufasa, but they are now at the front of the park, I believe. But I'm now heading into Germany to check out some of my absolute favorite topiaries that are finally back this year. There are a couple topiaries over there that I believe is a new location for those in particular, so I'll check those out in just a moment. But what I'm excited about are these right here. So these dwarves have been gone for several years, and it looks like they got a massive refurbishment done to all of them. I definitely think I prefer the original faces, just the expressions on the faces. These are very, very well detailed though, so I am a huge fan of just them being back in general. And then of course, these are most of the dwarves, but the last one and then Snow White is right over there. So they've been here for a little bit, and they've looked like this for a little while, but it's nice to have the other dwarves back as well. And then randomly across from the dwarves are Miss Piggy and Kermit over here by the bathrooms for Germany, which is a little bit random, but okay, why not? It would be pretty cool if they added miniature topiaries to the little village here in between Germany and Italy. That'd be neat. In years past, this is where the dwarves were, in this little planter leading into Italy, and then they removed them, and then it was just Snow White and Dopey for the longest time, and then they finally added them back. Next up should be Lady and the Tramp, which in years past have been right over here before, and they've also been right here, and now I think that they're a little bit further into the pavilion. Yes, they created this incredibly beautiful planter at the center of the Italy pavilion. Maybe this is to entice people to come into the pavilion a little bit more. But there they are, the Tramp and Lady. These look pretty identical to how they have in previous years. I'm sure that Lady is quite a little project to keep her maintained. Now I'm heading into the American Adventure, and there are a few topiaries in the back over by the festival food booth. Yeah, so back over by the food booth are Pluto and then Chip and Dale, just right here in the bushes. How cool. Okay, I think that's it for the American Adventure. Just trying to like envision if these are different than they have been in previous years, and I don't think so. So Japan does have a topiary, and it is right over here on the outskirts of the pavilion over by the water. So this is the Torii Gate of Honor, and right in front of this is a dragon topiary, which is incredibly cool. And if you line this up perfectly, you can really see Spaceship Earth just right there on the other side. How neat is that? Morocco does not have any topiaries, which is definitely a little bit sad, but there should be some, I believe, in between Morocco and France, right? Maybe not, actually. I think over here they just have the food booth and just some various other festival stuff. Maybe not. They have this little garden over here with a massive butterfly topiary, which is pretty cool. So I'm heading over to France, which I'm pretty sure there's a couple ones over there that I want to see. There's actually a significant amount of topiaries over here. There are a few that are returning that I'm very excited about seeing those again, and then a few old favorites as well. So there's always going to be a pretty long line to get a picture with them, but Belle and the Beast over here. Belle in particular has sort of been a modern era topiary in a sense, where they debuted her, and then all topiaries have pretty much adapted to be modified to look like her or to just meet her standard of what an incredible topiary is. These have pretty much been here as long as I can remember. There were some topiaries back over there that are now moved that have since come back after not being here for a while, but I'm heading over to Ratatouille. There are not any topiaries in the Ratatouille area to my knowledge, but this is the Remy topiary, which is Dennis's and our friends Jorge and Kelly's son Daniel's favorite topiary, and that was a lot of possessives. But what I'm very excited about are these topiaries in particular right over here. These Lumiere and Cogsworth topiaries have been gone for a long time, and they are finally back. They used to be back over there, and then I think they moved over here at some points. I can't really remember when they went away and then came back, but it's really good to see them again. There aren't any topiaries over here in the International Gateway that I can tell, so I'm heading off to the UK. There are generally a few in the UK that are pretty consistently present, so let's see if I can find those. I know that the Winnie the Pooh characters are way over here. Generally, Captain Hook and Tinkerbell and Peter Pan are over here. I can see Tinkerbell right now. So yeah, there's Tinkerbell right there, but no Captain Hook or Peter Pan. I think that they moved them this year, but in years past they've been right here. Okay, so here's rabbits and Winnie the Pooh. And then of course Tigger and Eeyore and Piglets right here. How adorable. And then I do remember that there's Peter Pan and Captain Hook, and then even Tick-Tock the Croc over there. So I honestly cannot remember if this has been a topiary before. I don't know. No, it has, because Peter Pan in years past has been like all the way up there, right? And Tick-Tock's been underneath him. Did he go away for a little bit and then come back? I'm confused. Peter Pan and Captain Hook, though, they do look pretty identical to what they have in previous years, so that's good. I can't tell if subtle details have been improved in certain topiaries over the years, like the eyes and the facial features. Okay, so I made it to Canada, where I don't believe there to be any topiaries, and if there were, they'd probably be in this little garden area over here that's the exit for the theater show. But mostly it's just a beautiful garden of flowers. In previous years, there have been some topiaries in this general area outside of Canada, but there have not been for a little while. I think those have moved. Alright, so I've made it back to the entrance of the World Showcase, so I am heading in the direction of World Nature. There's another playground over here, and no topiaries, I think, until I head over to the land in that general area. This is the other side of the flower bed that I saw when I went into the showcase from the other direction. This one's a little bit more expansive and pretty compared to the other side. And there's the other 50th emblem right over there for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. Here comes the monorail, about to pass right over me, which is, of course, the 50th wrapped monorail, which is pretty nice, right next to the 50th anniversary flower bed. So there's a wall over here, so you can't go this direction into the land anymore for whatever reason. But here are Mufasa and Sarabi and Rafiki, and then Baby Simba. This one is pretty iconic and a very popular topiary to get a picture with. I'm heading sort of around here over by, I guess, the butterfly garden. So these are the topiaries that I was the most insecure about where they were this year. This is Timon and Pumbaa, which previously have been over in the African Outpost area, but they are now over here next to their Lion King friends, sort of over by the Imagination Pavilion, which is interesting. Directly in front of the Imagination Pavilion is, of course, Figment, who's been here for quite a while. This topiary, I remember, has been all over the place and used for multiple festivals, I'm pretty positive. So I believe that these are the final topiaries outside of the butterfly garden. There's Flower, and then there's Thumper, and then of course Bambi. And I think Thumper looks a little bit different than how he has in previous festivals. I remember him looking a little bit more silly. So they're improving all the topiaries, but they're taking away their goofy factor, which I'm a little bit sad about. But nonetheless, this one of my top favorite topiaries, without a doubt, still. Alright, so I believe that those were my final topiaries, like I said, so I'm heading back to the front of Epcot, which is straight ahead. Actually, never mind, I totally lied. I remembered that there are some more topiaries on the way out of Epcot that I forgot about because of this wall being up over here. And here they are right here, Woody and Bo Peep, who I infamously called Jessie at one point a while ago. But there they are. Oh, and the little sheep. Bo Peep's sheep. Okay, there they are. I think these are the actual final topiaries, just directly across from Buzz, which makes sense. I'm trying to do a mental inventory, but I do believe that those were definitely actually the final topiaries of my trip today. I hope. It is so much quieter comparatively to the other side of Epcot, just because you can actually walk through the connections and creations area now to get into the little showcase, and instead of having to go all the way through the land and the seas, instead of going through World Nature. That's the name of that. It still was a pretty busy day today, which is probably only going to get busier the closer that we get to Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's not a topiary, but right over here where there would be one in previous years, there's a Walt Disney World, the world's most magical celebration 50th anniversary emblem with a cool photo op. And then of course one final look at this massive Goofy topiary for the Flower and Garden Festival this year. I hope he stays as the centerpiece for years to come, because he deserves it, just due to how intimidating he is. So thank you for coming with me to Epcot to the 2022 Flower and Garden Festival for a topiary tour around World Celebration, World Nature, World Discovery, and the World Showcase, just to see all of the various topiaries, just to see which ones have been improved, which ones have returned after previous years, which ones are still consistently here. It's fun for me to get to see this. I know this isn't the most exciting video concept ever, but it's one that I've traditionally done for the Flower and Garden Festival, so I am back to do it again, and it's cool to just compare the topiaries with previous years. So we will be back to Epcot hopefully pretty soon. I think myself and Brennan are getting a Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind preview in a little bit. I think after they're doing the media previews for that, we should be able to get to ride that. Fingers crossed, hopefully, and then maybe we can come back to the Connections Cafe, so maybe Brennan can get some food as well from there, or the Connections Eatery. And I had a great meal there today. I didn't really talk about it, but it was very good. I liked it a lot. Okay, so I will see you soon. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.